The year is 2025. The Indian subcontinent is a powder keg. Tensions between India and Pakistan are at an all-time high. A century of mistrust simmers. The partition of 1947 still casts a long shadow. 3 wars have been fought. Countless skirmishes have erupted. The line of control remains a volatile border. Kashmir, a disputed territory, is a major flashpoint. Both nations claim it in its entirety. Religious and cultural differences fuel the conflict. Militancy and cross-border terrorism plague the region. Dialogue and diplomacy have failed. Mistrust runs deep. The world watches with bated breath. A series of escalating incidents pushes the two nations to the brink. Tensions have been simmering for years, but recent events have brought them to a boiling point. The world watches with bated breath as the situation deteriorates rapidly. A major terrorist attack on Indian soil sparks outrage. The attack leaves dozens dead and many more injured, sending shockwaves through the nation. The Indian government vows swift and decisive action. India accuses Pakistan of harboring the perpetrators. The accusations are met with widespread support from the Indian public, who demand justice and retribution. Pakistan denies involvement but vows retaliation for any Indian aggression. War drums beat louder as both nations prepare for a potential conflict. The atmosphere is charged with fear and anticipation. Both sides mobilize troops along the border. Skirmishes break out, leading to casualties on both sides. The situation becomes increasingly volatile, with each side blaming the other for the escalation. International pressure mounts to de-escalate the situation. World leaders call for calm and restraint, urging both nations to step back from the brink of war. The United Nations calls for restraint. Diplomatic efforts intensify as the international community seeks to mediate and prevent a full-scale war. The United States urges both sides to engage in dialogue. American diplomats work tirelessly behind the scenes to broker peace, emphasizing the catastrophic consequences of a war between two nuclear-armed nations. But the pleas fall on deaf ears. National pride and historical grievances overshadow calls for peace, making diplomatic solutions seem increasingly unlikely. The flames of conflict are fanned by decades of resentment. Historical animosities and unresolved disputes fuel the current crisis, making it difficult for either side to back down. Neither side is willing to back down. The world holds its breath, hoping for a peaceful resolution but fearing the worst as the two nations stand on the brink of war. India and Pakistan possess formidable military forces, each with a rich history of military prowess and strategic planning. Their armies are not just large in numbers but also equipped with some of the most advanced weaponry in the world. They are both nuclear-armed nations, holding significant arsenals that could cause unprecedented destruction. The stakes are incredibly high. India has a larger army and a more advanced air force, boasting state-of-the-art aircraft and a well-trained infantry. Their military exercises are a testament to their preparedness. Pakistan has invested heavily in its missile technology, developing a range of missiles capable of striking deep into enemy territory. Their focus on missile development is a key part of their defense strategy. The world holds its breath, watching the developments with bated breath. The international community is deeply concerned about the potential for escalation. A full-scale war would be catastrophic, leading to unimaginable loss of life and widespread destruction. The consequences would be felt far beyond the borders of these two nations.
India's strategy is swift and decisive, aiming to quickly neutralize any threats. Our military planners have devised comprehensive plans to ensure rapid response and overwhelming force. Our goal is to neutralize Pakistan's offensive capabilities quickly, ensuring that they cannot mount a significant counterattack. We aim to dominate the battlefield from the outset. We plan to cripple Pakistan's air force and launch deep surgical strikes, targeting key military installations and infrastructure. Precision and speed are our watchwords. Pakistan, on the other hand, aims to draw India into a protracted conflict, leveraging their strategic depth and resilience. Our strategy is to wear down the enemy over time. We will utilize our mountainous terrain to our advantage, making it difficult for the enemy to advance. Our soldiers are well trained in mountain warfare. We will unleash our arsenal of ballistic missiles, ensuring that any aggression is met with a powerful and decisive response. Our missile capabilities are a cornerstone of our defense strategy.
Section 4, Global Alliances. The world divides, old alliances come into play.
The United States, wary of China's growing influence, sides with India. Russia, a longtime ally of India, also pledges support.
China, seeking to counter American influence, backs Pakistan. The European Union calls for an immediate ceasefire.
The conflict threatens to destabilize the entire region. The flow of oil from the Middle East is disrupted, global trade is impacted.
The specter of nuclear war hangs heavy in the air. The international community scrambles to find a diplomatic solution, but time is running out. Section 5, Fire and Fury. The first strike comes in the dead of night.
Indian fighter jets scream across the border. They target Pakistani air bases and radar installations. Missiles rain down on key military infrastructure.
Pakistan retaliates with a barrage of ballistic missiles. They target Indian military installations and cities.
The fighting is fierce and relentless. Indian tanks roll across the Punjab plains. Pakistani soldiers defend their positions with tenacity. Dogfights rage in the skies. Naval vessels clash in the Arabian Sea.
Both sides suffer heavy casualties, but neither side is willing to yield.
Section 6, A New Dawn. As the first light of dawn breaks over the horizon, it brings with it a sense of hope and renewal. After weeks of intense fighting, India gains the upper hand. The relentless battles have tested the resolve and strength of both nations. Their superior technology and coordination proved decisive. Advanced military tactics and cutting-edge technology have given India a significant advantage.
They cripple Pakistan's air defenses and cut off supply lines. The strategic strikes have left Pakistan's military infrastructure in disarray. The Pakistani economy is in shambles. The prolonged conflict has drained resources and crippled the nation's financial stability. Public opinion turns against the war. Citizens, weary of the endless conflict, take to the streets in protest, demanding an end to the hostilities.
Facing imminent defeat, Pakistan sues for peace. The leadership, recognizing the dire situation, seeks a diplomatic resolution. India, wary of further escalation, agrees to negotiate. A ceasefire is declared. The world watches closely as both sides come to the table. The world breathes a collective sigh of relief. The announcement of peace brings joy and hope to millions around the globe.
The peace talks are arduous. Negotiations are fraught with tension, as both sides seek to secure favorable terms. But under intense international pressure, a treaty is signed. The agreement marks a significant step towards lasting peace. Both sides agree to a withdrawal of troops. Soldiers begin to return home, and the process of rebuilding begins. A demilitarized zone is established along the line of control. This buffer zone aims to prevent future conflicts and ensure stability.
The future remains uncertain. While the immediate threat of war has subsided, the path ahead is fraught with challenges. But for now, the guns are silent. The echoes of conflict fade, leaving behind a fragile peace and a hope for a better tomorrow.